Yo, what's going on, people? My name is Jericho and welcome to the inside of my vehicle. Today I am taking you on a journey to underneath an underpass in Portland. That's right. What I wanted to do, so I mentioned it briefly in my vlog that I did in my setup tour, but I wanted to do a video about my car. Not specifically showing it off and being like, check out my sick ride, dude, but also more along the lines of like my experiences with not only getting this car, but getting a car, using a car in a way that, you know, is not just going to and from school. I'm a really big car person.
Oh my God, would you look at that Ferrari? Holy shit.
I'm gonna show you guys around, and I'm gonna explain to you all the things that I love and hate about this vehicle. Here is my vehicle. This is a Mercedes C300W 2015. Before we get into anything, it is leased. I don't own this vehicle. I did not pay for it outright because that's a lot of money, and your boy will explain that later. So anyways, let's take a look around. I had a Pontiac Grand Prix, a 2000 and, old plates. People are gonna be freaking out. They're like, dude, what the hell? That's your license plate. Nope, no it ain't. Put those on specifically for this video. Suck it. Which is illegal, actually, now that I think about it. I'm supposed to turn those in. Just don't tell the cops. This is, there's a big step forward from the Pontiac Grand Prix that I had. I had a 2004 Pontiac Grand Prix, which died a lovely death of donation by charity because, ooh, there's poop on it. Because I basically, it was kind of totaled. Honestly, the front headlight was missing, the side mirror was torn off, and the car was worth about $300, so to repair it, it would have been totaled. My favorite angle of this car, by the way, oh my God, dude, I love the new Mercedes grills. I'm such a big fan of the new age grill versus the old. I don't know, is there a Mercedes in here I can show you? No? The old age grill, the one that has like the line down the middle with the, I don't like it that much. You see it at the E series. So anyways, why did I grab this car? Now let's just go around here to the back and let's sit inside it, because you know I gotta show you guys as well. Excuse my coffee, because you know, oh, it's so much more quiet in here, because you know you gotta have some coffee. This is the interior. Now why did you get this car, Tucker? And also, why the fuck did you lease it? So, hi, that's me. You spend all of your time in your car inside your fucking car, right? Like the only time you get to look at it is when you're getting in, when you're walking towards the car, and when you're getting out of the car and walking away from it. So I chose this car solely based off of the interior. The exterior is pretty unimaginative. It looks a lot like an S-Class Mercedes, which is a good thing. You know, that's a good problem to have. But this is their entry-level sedan. This is like the lowest level sedan you guys can get from Mercedes, and I have to say, you know, little things like, I fucking love this. This is actually metal. Like, it gets cold in the winter, it's unpleasant to touch. I love it because it's real metal, guys. It's not like some plastic shit. When you press on it, it doesn't squeak. You know, this car has the interior trim that honestly is way above its pay grade, way above its price. And that's a huge reason I got it. I'm a big fan of the center console. I love the air vents and that click when they get set perfectly. Listen. Oh God, yeah. I like the Mini Cooper-esque kind of toggle switches. These are cool. I wish they were a little bit bigger, but yeah, it's fine. It's just a little hard to differentiate between what you're pressing. This is the most infuriating part about this car. Before I even get into anything else, we need to discuss who decided to make not only a spinny wheel that, here, let me turn this bitch on, all right? So it turns on, the wheel like automatically goes down, warning, blah, blah, blah. Let me explain to you why this is so shitty, okay? So this is a touch panel. What I can do with this is I can play copyrighted music, shouts outs to Wax Taylor. What I can do is I can swipe to the right on that and it will skip to the next track. This is touchpad sensitive, so if I want to go down and select something, I can do that, or back up to the, you know, it's fine. This is like you know, if I turn it, it'll skip and shit. Like that's what this does. And I'm not necessarily sure why they needed a redundant control. If you press down on this, it clicks. If you press down on this, it clicks. If you, like, they do the same fucking thing. This one I never use. there's no reason for me to use a touchpad when I have one that I can like feel the click of the turn, you know, when you actually turn it, so you get that feedback, right? It's like the difference between having a touchscreen and physical buttons. I'll always want physical buttons over a sole touchscreen. I mean, that's just, that I'm driving. You don't want to look out, and it's getting toasty in here. Oops. You don't want to look out and see what's up. So now that we got this all down, what are some of my favorite parts about the interior that don't include, you know, the whatever the fuck's going on here? The wrap of this leather, everything here, this is that faux kind of plasticky leather, and even though this is plasticky, they really did a good job. This is not, it doesn't feel cheap per se, because it's kind of accented by this, and this is all real leather down here. This door panel is entirely leather. This is more plastic. So this part is entirely level with a with metal door handles and metal switches. Just the quality of this is a lot better than what I was used to. You got your standard controls, whatever the fuck. So let's get in the back seat. You know, this car in general has some weird options though. My seat is almost all the way back, and I have so much room. Like that's me slouching down, you know? You can see this shit. So I have a ton of room back here. I've actually never sat in the back seat of my own car. Oh, there's crumbs and shit. I'm sorry, guys. Pretty bleh, you know, like, whatever the fuck this is. That's actually the cheapest feeling thing in the car. What the hell is this? I mean, I assume it's just a... Oh, it opens and closes the air vent. Jesus Christ. You know, the whole aspect of Mercedes is that you're supposed to feel like you're in a step above everything. And they did, like I said, a good job here. But since this is the entry-level sedan, before you're like, Tucker, come on, man, how you spending millions of dollars on this car? Wait a minute, this car does not have heated seats, okay? It does not actually have anything more than a two-way adjustability, or actually three-way, back, forward, up, and so four-way. All right, you know, I don't do math. It's got like the most basic seat adjustments, but it is power. Back here, there's absolutely nothing. There's literally no features that I could have bought. I did not get the nav. It's like $500 to get navigation. What the fuck? What do you want me to do? My phone is better than that, right? My phone is better than that, so I opted not to get the nav. There's a bunch of other things like little trims and details that I didn't get, and you might be going, so how much would this car cost if you weren't leasing it? Boom, your boy's got the window paper. I didn't throw this away. A horrible idea. So the only options that I've got, I guess that you'd call them options, that are additional is right here. 22R 18-inch twin 5-spoke wheels, okay? And a 104 rear deck spoiler. So what that is two options. One is a 1-inch upgrade on my rims, which they do look nice, and a rear spoiler, which, why? Everything else is standard. So, how much is this? Oh, there it is. There's the sticker price right there. If I were to buy this new, it would cost me $40,000. No, not doing it. Instead, I'm leasing it, and currently I am paying $240 a month for this. Spoiler cost like 300 bucks. I didn't pay for it, but what a stupid option. I am leasing this car because I do not drive enough to warrant buying a car. That's a weird concept that a lot of people don't necessarily understand, so I'm gonna try and walk you through it while I find a better angle so I have some good lighting. Hello, natural light, thank you. Basically, when I lived in LA, I got this car when I lived in LA. I since moved to Portland, where I need to do a little bit more driving. But the fact still remains, I do not do enough driving to warrant spending money on a highly volatile object. When you buy a car, almost every single car, unless you're buying a collector's edition car, an antique car that has some value currently, or may make some value, or you have like a super absurdly exclusive supercar, your car is going to lose you money. Buying a car is not like buying a house, where unless something catastrophic happens like the housing market crash, shit's going good for you, right? It's not like an investment. Buying a car is like buying a TV or a cell phone. Like, shit can happen to it that will devalue it. It's gonna be devalued over time just for existing. Like, it's not smart to spend your money heavily on cars. So, my Pontiac, I drove that bitch into the ground. Like I said, 200,000 miles on it. Could have fixed it 100%, but I'm gonna be honest with you, I wanted a nicer car. I did. I wanted a nicer car. It was a shitmobile. But it was my shitmobile, and it was my first real vehicle that I had owned. So then, let's fast forward. The car is about $240 a month for a 2-year lease. And by then I'll have a better idea of how much I want to drive. But I've owned this car since October, or I've leased it since October, and I have 2,680 miles on it. It was brand new, and it had 80 miles when I got it. So 2,600 miles, right? And 1,000 miles of that came from my 15.5-hour long car ride from LA to Portland. So during that time, I got really acquainted with this bitch. Really acquainted. And there's a lot of things that I really hate about this. I'm gonna tell you about them. We back in the front seat, and here's what I'm gonna show you. I don't know if I can show you. See this right here? This is what you use to select the velocity, the speed of your windshield, right? So currently it's set on 1, now it's off. There's 3, you know, it goes all the way up to like, holy shit, what the fuck is going on over here? The problem with that is that even if, can you focus for the love of Christ? Hello, thank you. Even if that is set to off, if rain comes and hits the windshield, there is a detector that allows you to not have to do anything. It'll just automatically start wiping. Problems. 1, in order to turn it off, you need to like flip it on and then off again. It's weird, I know. Good things. I drove and it rained almost the entire time from LA to Portland. That sucks, right? That's not cool. It rained the entire time. So I didn't actually have to change anything. I just left it on the first setting, and if it sprinkled, it would start swiping. If it was raining really heavy, it would do its own thing. Like, that was kind of nice not having to constantly adjust this. The other thing that I really liked that's on this side of the wheel is, this is the cruise control. It's standard, you know, you pull to re-engage, you down, up, but it's actually a little bit smarter. So instead, you can just tap it down to go down 1 mile per hour, tap it up to go down 1 mile an hour, knock it back to cancel. The reason this is so cool is because when you push it down as hard as you can or as high as you can, it actually jumps in 5 mile per hour increments. I'm a big fan of long distance driving where I don't have to touch the accelerator or decelerator. I just adjust the cruise control, and instead of going like tap, 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 right? You just click down twice really hard and you drop 10 miles per hour. It brakes for you. So, I mean, most of the driving was just spent doing this shit, like power pose, you know? Really enjoyed that. The other thing that I don't like that much, let's turn this bitch, is I don't know why I thought I couldn't turn this when it was just in park. That's not smart. So let's go to the heads-up display. As you see, 2,627 miles. I lied to you. I thought I said 80. As we go through here, if I have low gas, I got half a tank, we're good, guys. If I have low gas and it gets down to, it gets down to the last little nub, so it's not quite there to notify me and say like, dude, you need to find a gas station. You're in the reserves. It will pop up and it will say, find a gas tank, or find a gas station. And it will cover my speedometer, my digital speedometer, which I have one right here, that's fine. But any info there will cover it. On top of that, if you drive for longer than 3 hours, alright, if you drive longer than 3 hours, something will pop up and say, hey man, you need to take a break. Please pull the car over and take a break. Get out, stretch your legs. It's like cute, but it's nannying me in the worst way. I fucking hate it. And so you have to spam the OK button to go through and be like, yes, I know I'm doing something dangerous by driving more than 3 hours. Thank you. And it beeps at you. It beeps at you in the same tone as, holy shit, you're going to crash. This has some sort of assistance bullshit going on here. That actually lets me know if I'm like weaving in the lanes or if there's a car that I'm gonna hit. So it beeps at you, goes like beep beep, and you're like, ah shit, I didn't notice. So it does that and it freaks you out. You're driving along and all of a sudden beep beep and you're like, what? Oh. So yeah, that's probably the only parts that I really dislike. Again, I think this is one of the nicest cars I've ever had the pleasure of continuously riding in. You know, I didn't have, like, my Pontiac was my dad's car, so I didn't really have the experience of ever riding in a brand new car, even though I didn't buy this. We always got like used cars and shit, which is fine. I mean, honestly, like I said, it saves you money, and that's the whole point of getting a car or leasing it. But The one thing that I wish I could change was this. This is a fingerprint magnet. You guys can see it. I promise it doesn't look as dirty without the camera on, but like they have a black woodish kind of matte wood that I wish they had, but they didn't have it spec'd out in the Mercedes dealer that I went to, so I would have had to wait weeks, and I couldn't do that because I didn't have a car, so it's one downside. Anyways, wanted to thank you guys for watching. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. I'm a big fucking car lover. I really do enjoy cars of all types, and this honestly was the biggest treat that I've ever allowed myself to have, and I didn't even buy it, so that's kind of funny. Hopefully, by the time the lease is up, there might be a couple other cars on the horizon that I've been saving up for years now, i.e. the Maserati Alfieri, which originally I was like, dude, I want the Gran Turismo, and then I was like, fuck, they're discontinuing it, and then they're gonna bring it back in 2018, so I don't want the old model because the interior's not that great. You know, real first world problems. So we'll see what's up. In case you were wondering, the Maserati Alfieri is hopefully the dream car goal in life, but right now, not disappointed at all with this baby. Very happy that I got it. Hopefully you guys enjoy, and I'll see you guys for the next vlog.